Naalala nyo mga kotsero, a few days ago, nagsalita ang Duque. Nagsalita ang Duque, 'di ba? Sabi niya, si Duterte nag-utos sa akin na i-transfer yung 47.6 billion pesos na COVID-19 fund at ipasa yan sa PSDBM. Naitopic natin yan isang araw, guys. Naitopic natin yan. Ano naganap? Siya, yun, sinabi niya. Sabi niya yan sa isang hearing sa lower house. Sabi niya, publicly, this was made by the president in our meetings, in the weekly meeting or talk to the people. Ngayon mga kotsero, nakakatawa yung mga Duterte supporters na nag-react dito. All kinds. Iisa kasi sila ng sinabi. Mapa Duterte, diehard Duterte supporter, or Duterte Balahura supporter, or Duterte Bulagers, or Duterte Vloggers. Iisa sila ng sinabi. Ang sinabi nila, sinabi naman talaga ni Digong yun eh. Sa kanyang talk to the people. Diba? Isa sila ng sinabi. Ito ngayon guys, matindi to. Ibang level talaga ang kasinungalingan ng Digonggong na to. Basta mailusot lang ang sarili niya talaga. Ibang level talaga guys. Mike Enriquez lang ako doon. Ibang level talaga eh. Napakatigas ng muka. Talaga kung pwede lang murahin ang kaliwaan, taas baba. Sinabi ni Digonggong dito, hindi ko maalala na inutos ko yan. Ang sarap-sarap mong jumpagin. Kung di ka ng senior Digong no? Sarap mong brot. Diyos ko. Hindi ro niya maalala guys. Hindi ro niya maalala inutos niya. Hayop ka. Sabi, Duterte however conceded, maybe what I said is go ahead. Ano yan? Di ba utos yan? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng go ahead? Di, go ahead. Do it. Buwisit ka. Nakakainis. Bakit niya ginagawang tanga mga tao? Bakit niya ginagawang tanga mga Pilipino, guys? Alam niyo, sabi niya, I could not recall for the life of me. Maybe what you're saying is true. Hindi ro niya maalala. Oo, parang nung sinabi niya na addict si Bongbong Marcos, after 28 days binawi niya, sabi niya hindi ro niya tinawag na addict. Hindi ro niya tinawag na nagda-drug si BBM. Bali-balentong ka na naman, boy. Sige, Mr. President. Former President Rodrigo Duterte, let me refresh your memories. So, ayun mga kotsero. So, kung kayo po ay nasa US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Belgium, ay pwede na po kayo magpadala ng inyong mga remittances sa Pilipinas gamit po ang Sendwave. Ang gagawin nyo lang ay download na Sendwave app, gumawa kayo ng account, lagay nyo yung bank account details, at pwede na magpadala sa GCash, Cashpay ka, at iba't ibang mga bangko sa Pilipinas. And kung gagamitin po kayong promo code na Coach Jared, ay pwede pa kayong makakuha ng karagdagang $20 na free credit na ipapadala nyo rin sa inyong mga minamahal sa buhay. Kaya mga kotsero, gamitin na si Sendwave for all of your remittance needs. Okay. Ito yung transcript ng Talk to the People. Ayan, no? Naka-document yan. Sa PCOO pa yan. Hindi pa PCO yan. PCOO pa. Presidential Communications Operations Office ni Martin Andanar. Oo, ayan yun. Talk to the People of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte on Coronavirus Disease 2019 aired on 21 August 2021. Napakahaba nito. Oo. Napakahaba nito. Wag na natin wag na nating basahin kasi napakahaba. Panoorin na lang natin.
Salamat po, Mr. President, sa pagkakataon.
Salamat po. Okay. May I make some statements for the public? This is in connection or a clarification of the alleged high-priced masks and face shields and the DOH transferred funds to the procurement service, PSDBM. Meron ho tayong taga DBM reacting kasi wala si masakitin na si Sabisado ay may quadruple ng niya ng operation, pati yung yung tinamaan talaga siya sa COVID. Totoo lang. Almost hospitalized for 10 days and 30 days immobilized. Tingin ko pagka yung volume ng trabaho nito, DBM, yun ang papatay sa kanya. But in the Senate hearing, the procurement of the alleged overpriced face masks and shields, including the transfer of 42 billion from DOH to PSDBM.
42 billion na sinabi.
Kasali ito sa investigasyon. According to PSDBM, these items were procured last March to April 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 outbreak, when the prices of the medical supplies, including face mask and face shield, skyrocketed due to the scarcity of the supply and the abrupt increase in demand. As for the transfer of funds without memorandum of agreement, FOA, face masks and shields are included in the common use supplies and equipment on the list of the PSDBM. Under the Administrative Order Number 7, Series of 2011,
Okay.
in relation to Section 53E RA number 9184 of the Procurement Reform Act, government agencies are required to procure CSEs directly from PSDBM.
Okay.
Moreover, under Government Procurement Policy Board Resolution number 2019 dated October of 2018, government agencies are required to deposit cash funds with the PSDBM for the CE requirement,
Okay.
CE requirement,
Right.
without the need of a MOA. Now, let me just, I think I remember, nag-ano tayo, cabinet meeting tayo, pagka, right after I constituted the task force. I remember distinctly, sinabi ko kay Secretary Duque, bumili ka ng kailangan ng face mask or whatever is needed, equipments. Sabi ko, wag ka nang magbidding, matagal yan. Sabi ko, do it upon, sabi mo, make it of record na utos ko. But despite of the order ko na wag ka na magbidding, it's pandemic, it's an emergency. Nevertheless, knew later on that dumaan pa rin sa bidding si Secretary Duque. So, he was just being careful. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, nung pagputok nitong pandemic, walang mga face mask, walang face shields. Kaya sabi ko, maghanap ka, huwag ka na magpabidding. Sabi ko, diretso na kasi in an emergency. So, at that time, it's always the law of supply and demand.
Okay.
Kung maraming supply, mura. Kung walang supply,
Mahal. Okay.
less demand, Supply and demand. Is there a demand? Pag liter, supply. Ganito, so sabi ko sa kanya, huwag ka nang pabidding-bidding diretso na. So I want to make it of record to the public and everybody that I and the cabinet knew about it. Kung may order, sabi ko, go ahead and buy the things that you need.
Ang sinabi niya, on my order, go ahead and buy the things that you need. Actually, ayaw pa nga niya magpamowa eh. Go ahead and buy the things that you need on my order. So, siya ang punot dulo. Ano ba kasi yung kaso? Balikan natin yung kaso. Ombudsman, sabi ng Ombudsman, Duque and Lau are liable for Pharmally. Okay. May 10 binalita ito. Ngayon, anong sinabi ng Ombudsman? There is probable cause to prosecute Duque and Lau for violation under Section 3E of RA 3019 as amended, the order stated referring to the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. The totality of evidence considered, this office finds probable cause against Duque and Lau for violation. O sa Tagalog, nung tinignan lahat ng ebidensya, hindi lang yung mga sinabing sinight dito ni Digong na mga memorandum circular, etc. etc. Hindi lang yun. Marami pang tinignan, hindi lang yung dalawang memorandum na yun. Nung tinignan lahat ng mga ebidensya, the Office of the Ombudsman finds probable cause. May dahilan. Ano yung probable cause? Ito mga kotsero ay hindi pa to yung evidentiary requirement na guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Hindi. Ang probable cause, essentially mga kotsero, ay ebidensya na kung saan pag nakita ng isang ordinaryong tao of sound mind, sound and rational mind, ay maiisip niya na meron ngang pagkakamaling nagawa. Yun lang yung probable cause. Mababaw pa yan actually. Pero, doon nga lang sa requirement na an ordinary person of sound and rational mind may makikita na ebidensya ng pagkakamali. May nakita eh. Ano yung violation? Section 3E of RA 3019. Let the corresponding informations be filed against them in the proper court. Ano sinabi ng Ombudsman? Si Duque at si Lau ay dapat kasuhan. Sandigan Bayan yan kasi gobyerno eh. Sa Sandigan Bayan is the anti-graft court. Ano yung kaso? Section 3E. Causing any undue injury to any party including the government. Ibig sabihin, ang gobyerno natin, kahit sino, actually nakasulat nga dyan eh. Causing any undue injury to any party, kahit sino, kasama ang gobyerno. Sino ba ang nalugi dito sa usapan ng Pharmally? Gobyerno. Or including the government or giving any private party any unwarranted benefits. Ano ba nangyari dito? Di ba si Pharmally binigyan ng pabor? Unwarranted benefits, advantage or preference. In the discharge of his official, administrative or judicial functions, habang ikaw ay nagtatrabaho sa iyong opisyal na trabaho, si Duque bilang isang DOH secretary at si Lau bilang undersecretary ng PSDBM. They are acting in their official discharge of duties through manifest partiality, evident bad faith, or gross inexcusable negligence. Negligence, mga kotsero, is the lack of prudence lang yan basically. Lack of prudence. Prudence like that of a good father to his family. Yun ang prudence. Parang isang mabuting ama sa kanyang pamilya. Ibig sabihin, mga kotsero, kapag ikaw ay isang mabuting ama sa iyong pamilya, iisipin mo yung kapakanan nila, ano yung mangyayari sa kanila pag ginawa mo yung isang bagay, Yung ingat ba, todong ingat sa iyong sariling pamilya. Kapag wala ka nun, pag hindi mo ginawa yun, negligent ka. Kapag gross inexcusable negligence, kahit hindi mo sinasadya, wala. Pagkakamali mo pa rin yun, pagbabayaran mo pa rin yan. So, manifest partiality, ibig sabihin yung bias. Evident bad faith, ibig sabihin sinadya. Sinadyang ibigay itong mga unwarranted benefits, advantage or preference, etc. etc. This provision shall apply to officers and employees of offices or government corporations charged with the grant of licenses or permits or other concessions. So, ngayon, ano pang sinabi ni Ombudsman? Aside from the recommendation to file graft charges against Duque and Lau, the Office of the Ombudsman also found the two guilty of grave misconduct and conduct prejudicial to the best interest of service. Naku, hindi ka na maa-appoint ulit, Duque. Pag nag-guilty ka dito, hindi ka na maa-appoint ulit, sila o ganun din. So, the Ombudsman ruled that Duque and Lau be dismissed from service with forfeiture of all their retirement benefits and perpetual disqualification for reemployment in the government service. In the event that the penalty of dismissal can no longer be enforced against the said respondent due to their separation from the service, the same shall be converted into a fine in the amount equivalent to their salaries for 1 year payable to the Office of the Ombudsman and may be deductible from the respondent's retirement benefits, accrued leave credits, or any receivable from his or her office. Ngayon, mga kotsero, may accessory penalties pa. Pwede pang dagdagan yung penalties. Depende sa korte. The charges against Duque and Lau stem from the complaint filed before the Office of the Ombudsman by Senator Richard Gordon and Senator Risa Ontiveros, etc. etc. Ngayon, mga kotsero, ito kasi nakita ni Ombudsman kung bakit nakasuhan. Sinabihan niya na dapat niyang kasuhan ng graft and corruption si Duque at saka si Lau. The presence of conspiracy, may conspiracy daw is manifest among respondents Duque and Lau who were responsible for the consummation of their illegal transfer of funds. See? So yung pag-transfer ng funds ni Duque sa PSDBM, sinabi po ng Ombudsman na illegal. Siyempre sasabihin ni Duque, hindi legal yan. Nagsusunod po kami sa rules, etc. etc. Sa korte ka ho magpaliwanag, Sir Duque. The respondents' acts were interconnected with the purpose of attaining the same end, which was to effect the fund transfer from DOH to PSDBM without complying with fund transfer requirements. Ano yung requirements? The transfer was made in the absence of a memorandum of agreement, and there was also no certification of previous liquidations of previous transfers. Uy! Nag-transfer ka ng pera, hindi ka nag-liquidate? Bumili ka ng mga supplies, wala kang resibo? Hindi ka nag-liquidate? Ay, ang tigas ng Fezlax. Hindi nyo kasi nakakausap si Parmali, no? So, hindi kayo nagawa ng peking resibo siguro, whatever. I don't know. Kasi it happens Nangyayari naman yan Kung gusto mong medyo may konti kang ibulsa dyan, kakausapin mo si middleman. Sabi mo kay middleman, paano naman pwedeng babaan mo yung presyo, hati tayo. So si middleman mag-i-issue ng peking resibo, yun yung ipang-liquidate mo. Pero meron pang isang totoong resibo. Yun naman yung ipang-re-report mo kay BIR. Diba? Kasi kailangan malinis ka kay BIR tsaka mas malaki yung mo dun Mas malaki yung expenses mo kay BIR, mas malaki rin ang mababawa sa yung taxes. Oo, ganun yun. So ngayon, yun yung nakita ni Ombudsman. So anong gagawin? Sinabi mismo ni Ombudsman, hindi kayo sumunod doon sa proseso. Ang sabi ni Digong, hindi, okay lang, walang MOA. Sabi ng Ombudsman, kailangan daw ng MOA eh. Prosecutor pa naman to si Digong. Piskal pa naman siya. Baka kasi sabi kasi ni Digong, nakalimutan na raw niya. Parang hindi ko maalala na inutos ko yan. Parang hindi ko maalala, sabi ni Digong, hindi ko maalala. I'm sorry, hindi ko maalala, inutos ko yan. Potang ina, brut. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Hindi ko po maalala kung na ay ano ko yan. Hindi ko maalala si Doc eh. Sabi niya yan, hindi rin niya maalala eh. Puntahan natin ulit. Napanood na natin yung video. O di ba ngayon basahin natin yung transcript. Sabi daw niya, I remember distinctly, sinabi ko kay Duque, bumili ka ng kailangan ng face mask or whatever is needed equipment. Sabi ko, huwag ka nang mag-bidding. Matagal yan. Sabi ko, do it upon. Sabihin mo, make it of record na ginawa ko, utos ko. Malinaw, di ba? Malinaw. Kaya nga ako mga kotsero nagtataka rin. Siguro dahil si Samuel Martires yung ombudsman. Bakit hindi dumiretso kay Digong? Kasi mga kotsero, kung mayroon siyang nakitaan ng conspiracy, bakit hindi rumekta kay Digong yung conspiracy? Kung sa kanya pala galing yung utos. Di ba? Kung sa kanya pala galing yung utos, o di siya yung kasama siya sa conspiracy. Sa kanya galing yung utos eh. May admission pa nga siya eh. Ito pa nga yung sinasabi ng mga Duterte Balahura supporters eh. Sinabi naman ni Digong yan eh. Etc. As if yung pagkakasabi niya will make it better. Hindi ho siya Diyos. It doesn't make it better. In fact, it makes it worse. A lot worse. Ngayon, so, nakitaan na ng probable cause si Lau tsaka si Duque ng pwedeng ikaso. Ang tanong na lang is, maiko-connect ba nila yon yung kaso ni Duque tsaka ni Lau kay Digong? Yun ang tanong. Ayan. So mga kotsero, ganito lang po muna tayo muli sa ating live stream. Ayan. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see all of you in our next Coach Jared Live. God bless everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. Huwag ganun. Huwag natin gawing tanga mga Pilipino. Mas maganda kasi nasa lugar ka ng tama kaysa yung pinipilit mo yung pagkakamali. Are they willing to go that far? Hindi nakakalimutan ng Pilipino yan hanggat di nasasagot niya. Sino ngayon nagsasabi ng totoo?